21. Mixing the ball carrier. Lorenzo Alexander on the stop. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Nixon will try the right side. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Fielded at the 33. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Panthers' 30-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. He completes it to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
On 2nd and very short, Murray. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all...
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. From the 24, Murray. This is caught by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll give it to Mixon, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And that's Elliott, complete. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Dawson tacks on the point after, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And spins away. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Elliott. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Rodgers going to throw to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Dawson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Murray now on first down. He finds Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now Joe Mixon, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Hey, exit. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Watch this.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones.
A short game that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Rodgers now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. Got some real estate inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete to Jones. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hey, box truck, box truck. They're not ready for this, man.
On play action. Now Rodgers. It's caught by Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Hey, 626.
Crash number. 51's the mic.
Hey, Echo.
The mic. I'm scared.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. It's now second and goal from the 8-yard line.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
26. Go.
Here we go, T. Here I come.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
A final shot beforehand for Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but now it's third and goal. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Dawson's kick is up and through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
18.
Double time.
Go.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They'll run with Elliott. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, it's Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it fourth down.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A first down carry now for Yeldon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards and a Panther first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Murray going to throw. That is incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. On the run, it's Mixon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, check 26.
Check nickel. Watch twist.
80 weapons. We can get it.
10th carry now for Elliott. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Falcons. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's Murray from midfield. He completes this into the hands of Miller. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. 13 yards on the play. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. First down, Murray. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
But he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go down it again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
X3, 218, chop.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Rodgers now on first down. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. On first down, Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now Rodgers. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little
Kenny Moore brought him down. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 8-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Elliott. Well, Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They'll run it with Elliott, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Ooh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first time.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So he might as well have not even had the penalty.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Throwing is Rodgers. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. And an alley to run. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Joe Mixon, 49 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, you block over here. Hey, wahoo!
Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
It's our time.
Inside.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Oh, no, he lost the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to win the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Mixon running right. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now a give right side. Mixon. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you said 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
This will be fielded at the 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Panthers, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-4. Redeem themselves at